Good morning. It's Vijay here. Welcome to yet another episode of Pre-Market Commentary. Today is Friday, 6th of June 2025. And today is the RBI decision day which is almost, discounted in more ways than one. And we should see markets reacting positively for the decision, in my opinion, though most people feel that it has already been discounted. So RBI has done a stellar job in the last 4 months since the new governor has come. Lots of new initiatives, and one initiative which I'm looking forward today it would be whether RBI will do something about the strategic stake of foreigners in Indian banks, whether they'll get voting rights, and whether something on that line is being discussed. At least a hint of that should enthuse stocks like S Bank and IDBI Bank. Incidentally, we hold S Bank. Also, RBI has given a significant dividend to the government. So, and other initiatives which will be enunciated after the policy is policy is announced. A 25 basis point cut is what people are expecting. I feel they should go for a 50 basis point cut. We'll come to that a little later. So yesterday, settlement day in as far as Nifty was concerned, and huge amount of volatility. Finally, the bulls won at the end of the day. So that was something good. And then small cap was having a party, mid cap also was having a party, and Nifty mid cap index at a fifth month high intraday. Realty, because it's an interest rate sensitive sector, gained in anticipation of a RBI rate cut and easing of money flow into the system. Pharma did very well because you see it was beaten down. Now, slowly and steadily, one is getting the impression that Trump's policies may not affect pharma as much as what was originally thought. So you had the pharma in the green. Metal and IT also advanced. Metal specifically, Hindustan Zinc kind of companies in the last half an hour, because silver took off. Silver now is trading at a multi-year high in the US markets at around $36. The last time it was about 36 was probably about 10 years ago. The silver's all-time high is about $50, which was seen in 2011. So some more distance to go there. We have to see whether silver will really, do that. But nevertheless, we have been bullish in silver, not so bullish on gold. But silver looks very interesting at this point of time. PSU Bank closed lower because people generally think that if RBI reduces interest rates, it hits PSU banks. I don't know whether that is really correct, because there is no such correlation. But nevertheless, there was some fear among PSU banks, so they fell down. Defense stocks, now I think they got the second wind, and stocks like Cochin Shipyard went up by more than 10%, Paras Defense 6%, Data Patterns and DCX Systems. All defense stocks have started moving up, and that frenzy will continue. So as far as institution is concerned, FIs did nothing much, 208 crore rupees net sellers, whereas DIs bought nearly 10 times what FIs sold. DIs have been very, very strong recently. As I said, global markets, Dow Jones was very volatile. Sorry, US markets were very volatile, all because of the Trump and Elon Musk fight. Prior to that, markets were steady because yesterday Trump spoke to the president of China, Xi, and it looks like it was a good telephonic talk. So the markets are up at one point of time, but then they all came down because the fight erupted during the market hours. So that was as far as US market is concerned, whereas before the fight erupted, the European markets had closed, and also in as far as Europe is concerned, there was some good news on the ECB front. So they all closed in the positive. Commodities, as I said, silver was the star of the day, above 36. Now it's come back to 35.78. Oil was steady at 65. Gold went up about 3,400, but selling is there because I think gold is relatively overbought. Copper is another commodity which is doing very well. We hold Hindustan Copper. So today, RBI Monetary Policy, they've already cut twice in 2025. They are expecting the third rate cut, which is about 25 basis point cut. The market is expecting that. I think probably they'll give only 25 basis, though I believe a 50 basis point will really do good for the economy. There is a further 50 basis point rate cut is what the market is expecting for the full year 2025. GDP growth looks good. Inflation is down. CPI was at 3.2%, lowest since July 2019. Monsoon has been good, or rather start has been good. The demand environment, the corporate revenue and profit growth has been subdued as far as the RBI is concerned. And the half-year financial 25 capex growth, people are expecting it to be low at 6%. So if the RBI wants to, give a fillip to the capex growth, then they need to do a 50 basis point. The balance of payment is steady. Liquidity surplus is there. So there is generally what I call the Goldilocks scenario, where it is neither too hot, neither too cold. Scenario is there. RBI has got the wherewithal to do much bigger. So European Central Bank cut 25 basis points. That's why Europe markets went up. But of course, they came down at the end, but they were still in the positive. So this was the Trump versus Musk fight. The political fallout is Musk is saying, I'll launch a centrist party. The market reaction was Tesla lost as much as 14% at one time. SpaceX rivals rally. And so the bromance, as they call it, is over. But I think it is positive for India because Trump's Starlink will no longer be, welcomed in India as much as it was, because it was Trump's trump card in that sense. So people, I think the government will go slow. The lobbies here will be working overtime to see that Trump will not get easy entry. So Reliance and Bharti Airtel may be in the limelight. Now, today, many things will be in limelight. Many stocks, especially in the financial sector, will be in limelight. NBFCs will be in limelight. Banks will be in limelight, both public and private sector. And as I said, the S Bank and the IDBI Bank also could be in limelight. Now, again, you have this problem, overhang of supply. Bajaj Finserv founder is supposed to be offloading 25.3 million shares in secondary sale. That will be around, deal size is 4,750 crores with the option to upsize it to by another 1,078, which means that means nearly 6,000 crores is going to go out of the system today. So liquidity is going to be crushed today. I don't know how market will react even with good news with RBI. So what I'm assuming here is the market may not crash, but market going up will be, slow and steady, if any. So this is a problem. Then the second one which has come is ZF Commercial. There the promoter again wants to sell shares worth about 720 crores, which means close to 7,000 crores today will be, taken off the market. Probably the domestic institutions will buy it, and maybe a little bit of FIs. But nevertheless, this is not a very good news as far as liquidity is concerned. Finally, I'll end up with something very interesting. So yesterday, a bank official has been found guilty of stealing crores from FDs invested, and then that lady invested in stocks, and they all came down. So sometimes, these stocks suddenly go up and crash. This will be because of unscrupulous bankers. So this lady, Sakshi Gupta, was working in ICICI Bank. She misused the user FD and illegally withdrew about 4.58 crores from 110 accounts of 41 customers between 2020 and 2023. It just is a warning on a day when RBI policy is there that, one needs to be looking at what is the account on a regular basis. This is especially so in case of senior citizens like us. We don't care too much. We don't care to look into our bank accounts on a regular basis, and unscrupulous relationship manager can destroy our savings. So one has to be careful on that. So today will be a volatile day. I will keep my exposure less. Yesterday was a good day for us, but I don't expect it to be such a great day for us today because of the volatility. But we will still go long at every decline because there is positivity in the market. And even as I said, Elon Musk's problem with Trump will benefit Indian market, especially Reliance and the Bharti Airtel and auto stocks. I forgot about that. Auto stocks also will benefit because Tesla will no longer be a major competitor for Indian autos. So whatever you do, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me.